So we only need that thing over there. And there it is. Hey everyone, there's Thecos back with another video for the 2021 Solitaire Print and Play Game Design Contest, currently hosted on BoardGameGeek. The contest is close to being over, but there are still a few games to cover, so let's see if we can cover them all, or at least most of them. Today I will be playing Rooms of Runes, which is a tile laying game, and before we get into the game, just as usual, let me first set it up. Alright, and that is pretty much already set up, at least some of it. What we still need to do, we have like these 4 keystone cards here, and we will shuffle them up. And then I will pick an orientation. Let's say the arrow should point to the left, and then we will put here 4 cards with the arrow pointing to the left. Like they all need to be the same orientation. There we go, like this. So you should be able to see it quite well, but I will work on focus and exposure in just a second. All right, and the draw deck I will actually put here on the right. We have a little bit more room here. All right, so this is our pack, and here we have our lives. All right, so we are done setting up the game. Let me just fix exposure and focus. All right, like this, it should hopefully work. I hope it's not too dark, otherwise I'll fix that during the video. All right, so that is the setup of the game. Let me just explain briefly the goal of the game, and then I would suggest just getting started right away because the rules are pretty simple and you will learn them as we play the game. All right, so you see we have the keystone runes here, or the keystone tiles, and we need to find these 4 runes in our little dungeon or in our little labyrinth that we will build up in just a minute. So we have that arrow here, the K with the few lines, and then also 2 circles, one that looks like a moon and the other one like, I don't know, a key ring or something like that. So these are the 4 we need. What we always do, we always have the draw phase. So first we will draw as many cards as our hand size is. You see here we have a hand size of 2 in the pack, and we can also increase our hand size. I will get to that in just a minute. So we will draw 2 cards, and we always start putting them in from the right like this. All right, so that is our play area down here, and up here we will build our little dungeon thing, or like the rooms. All right, and now we have a movement phase. You see here, movement, we have 1. So that means movement means that we can move 1 tile past another, for example. Because when we do our action, we always need to take the tile on the right that we want to use. So what I will do, I will move that here. You will see in a minute why. And now we have different kinds of tiles, because now we have our action phase, our play phase. And you see we have 1 action, so that means we can play 1 tile, and we always need to play the one from the very right. There are different tiles. 2 of them you can see here. First of all, the ones with the colored border are runes. So and they can be played where you can see the color here. And if you play them in our pack, then we increase either our hand size, movement, or actions. So I need to play this. That's what I wanted. So I'm going to play this here to the left. And that means now we have a hand size of +1, so means of 3. That means next round we will put 3 cards here, not only 2. All right, and then we move our runes to the right. At least I think that's what we do. It's not detailed in the rules, but it would make sense. And that would already be our round for this. And that would already be the end of the first round. Let me fix that here. All right, there we go. All right, and now we start again. We have our hand size. We will increase that to 3. So let's put those here. And now you see we have 2 other tiles. So these are the rune tiles, which I spoke about. And then we also have our room tiles here. They can have traps, they don't yet. And then we have our map cards here. The map tiles are important for placing rooms down that have traps in them, so nothing happens to us. Alright, so, and what we do now is, now we have our movement phase again. I don't really care about moving here. Well, I might move the map card to the right, so I can use that next turn. But otherwise, I will not do a whole lot. And our action, I will just start playing a room. The first room you can place pretty much anywhere, and after that, you always need to be adjacent to that room. Okay. So that was already our turn. So we move those to the right and we draw another tile. Give me just a second. There we go. And now I will just play. Will I move? Well, yeah, let me just move here again and play that map tile here. Move those there. And oh, we have another rune. That rune would increase our movement. Movement is going to be important later on when we have more hand size and traps and everything, so we can move twice. So I'm going to move that to the right once so we can use it next round. And then I will play another map card or map tile. Alright, so... Alright, there we go. We could increase our hand size again. So let me move that to the right with our movement phase. And then we will increase our movement here. And next round. Alright, I'll move that again. Oh, we can really increase our hand size now. That is great. So we will play that here. So now we have 2. And next turn. That is great. That's another map tile that I really want. So, you know what? I'm going to move that twice. I'm going to move that twice over here. Because I want to use it right now. Because these map tiles are very important. I will let you know later why. As soon as we have some traps here. Alright, move those there. Great, another map tile. I will move that here. Oh, by the way, I have one more hand size here, right? I forgot about that. So there we go. So we still don't see any runes here. So now I can explain the goal of the game a little bit better. Because you see that some of the rooms all have runes here, and we need all these 4 runes, not in that pattern, but we just need all 4 runes someplace here in our little dungeon that we built here. And so far you see that we have all kinds of runes here that we don't have here. So far all these rooms are not very important, right? We still need to wait for these runes over there. So that's probably gonna take a while. Alright, so we play that one here. So now we have an even larger hand size. So now we have 5 that we can put here. It's going to be a little bit... let me maybe move that a little bit here. Let's put the stack up here and move those all a little bit to the right so we have more room here. Okay. So we have a movement of 2. Now you see we have a room here with a trap. Right? Of course, we will try not to use this one because this one doesn't even have a rune. But we will lose a life if we place that trap any place and not on one of these map tiles here. We need to put it on one of these map tiles, and also the map tiles need to have as many lines here as there are exits on the tile with the trap. So you see 4 exits, and here are 4 lines. So we could actually place that trap there and not get hurt. But let's try not to do that because we don't really need that. Alright, so we have a movement of 2. So let's move that one over here because we will need those map tiles at some point. Alright, then we place that one here. Move everything down and then turn over another tile. Great! That would increase our movement even further. That is great. So we will move that twice to the right. So we can use it quite soon. And then we will put another map tile here. Okay, great. So what else do we have here? That would increase our actions, which is not too bad. So we could actually place like not only the tile to the very right, but also the one to the left of that. We could have like 2 tiles, 2 actions each turn, and that makes the game a little bit faster because right now I always need to move over after having placed 1 tile, and that would be pretty cool. So let me take this and put it over there so we can use it soon. And well, we can just place that room here. Why not? Okay. So let's see. Okay, that is great. I will actually move that over here because now we have all kinds of, all types of map rooms. So we can pretty much put anything there. All right, so we will put that over here. So now we can move twice. I mean, we can move even 3 times, which is great. All right, and here, you see, here we have a rune that we don't need at the moment. But if we needed that rune, we could now put it on one of these map tiles here without getting hurt. Okay, so now we can move a few times. Actually, I will play these 2 in a minute. And well, I actually don't want to move. So let's just keep it the way it is. I will play that here. And then I get another action because I just played that. So I will just put another map tile there. Okay, let's fill everything back up here. That's still not a rune we need. So our runes still aren't there. So we are pretty unlucky at the moment. So what I will do, I will have 3 movement points. So I will move twice. No, well, let's move 3 times over here. All right, so let's play another one of these map tiles here. And I will not play this one because I don't need it. So let's just wait. But you see, we are getting more and more traps. So we will have to play a few of these. That's still not a rune we need. Man, we are really unlucky at the moment. Okay, so I have a few movement things. I don't really want to use these traps. So I will move that one just 3 times, 3 spots over here. Great. And then I will just play this one here. Why not? Sure. I don't really care too much, but that is okay. Okay, that is not bad. So we would have another map tile here. We don't need that too much. So let's move that over here for next round. And then I will just play that room. Why not? I don't really care too much about that. All right. And this room we don't need either. Okay. I suspect that our roots are at the very bottom of the deck, which is not going to be very good because I won't have enough room here on the table. So let's see if I can somehow manage that. Okay, let's put that one over here. And let's hope for these runes to come. No, still not a rune we need. Okay, and these are all our traps by now. All right, then I will not move anything because I don't need any of that stuff. I will just put that trap. I can put it on here. So it doesn't hurt us. We don't lose a life. Okay, so, well, doesn't look too good. That's another map tile, so let's just move that over here. That's good. We will use that quite soon. Actually, no. Let's do it differently. Because of these map tiles, if I would use that one, we only have 1 of those. And I might need 1 later. But with the 4 here, I have 2. So I will move that twice over here. And then I still have 1 movement point. I will move that. All right, so we can play that one right there, for example. And that would work. Okay. Let's maybe hope for some... Well, that's a rune at least. That's something. That's 1 more action. We don't really need that, but that's fine. So I'll move that twice over here. And then use my 3rd movement point to move that over here. And then I will play another map card. Let me just play it up here for now. Okay. So let's hope for some runes. What about this one here? We don't need that one either. We are really unlucky. Seriously. Okay. Still no rune. All right. 2 movement points to get that one over here. And another movement point to get that one over here. All right. So let's play that here. So we have 2 actions now. I will rearrange it in a bit if I have to. And then we'll draw the next tile and maybe hope for a rune. No, of course not. I mean, yes, a rune, but I mean like a room with the right rune. I will move that. Well, let's move that twice here. And that 1 time over here. And then I can play this one here. like this. Okay. Okay, we are really not getting any rooms with the runes we need. So this is gonna be difficult. Okay. So let me move that twice over here and that one time over there. Of course, now the church bells are ringing, so you might hear those. I hope they're not too loud. Okay, so we will play that one here in our pack. All right, so I will have to rearrange everything in just a little bit, but let's continue here first. Okay, we are not getting any runes we need. That is pretty bad. All right, so let's see. I will move over here and then one time over here. So you can play another map card. I mean, why not, right? So, and then we have another room. And that actually is one of the runes we need. You see over there. So that is good. So let's play two. Let's move that two over here and that one over there. So we can play this map card here, or map tile. And yeah, let's draw the next one. That is another rune. So we could increase our hand size, which is, I think, pretty good. So let's move that two over here and that one over there. But increasing our hand size also means that we have more hand size but less movement, so the same movement. So we might not be able to avoid as many traps anymore, because right now it's pretty much perfect. But let's see how that works. So we finally can play one of the rooms we really need to finish that up. All right, let's move those over and over here, another map tile. All right, so let's move these two times and that once. So we can now increase our hand size once more, which is pretty nice. I don't mind that at all. Here we have an empty room. Well, that is really useless. So let's go two over here and one over there. Oh, I forgot that hand size, right? Oh, that's one of the rooms we need. So let me reverse what I just did, that last movement, and instead move that one over here. Okay, so now we play that tile here and draw another one. And that's another one we need. Okay, so slowly we are getting everything we need. That is good. Let me now, for the last bit of the game, well, depends on when we get the fourth tile, but let me rearrange everything a little bit quickly. All right, so like this, I have even more room, and that should hopefully work. All right, so now let's continue. We just drew that tile, so now we have our movement phase. We can move, I forgot, 3 times. Okay, so let's move, well, we need that one here, right? That's one of the ones we need, right? So let's move that 3 times over here. And then we can play it any place because that doesn't have a trap. Okay, so move everything over here again. I would love another movement rune, maybe. Okay, so now we need that one over there. So let's move that 3 times. And then we will have to play this one here. This is a trap. So let's just play it over there so nothing happens. And then I'll also, because I have 4 actions, so I will also play this one immediately and play it over here on that map card. We don't need these two, so that's fine. I will move everything over. We will draw 2 new tiles, 1 and 2. We have a rune here and a room with a rune we don't need. It's that one over there. Okay, and then I would say I could move this 3 times. So I'm going to move the map tile here 3 times over there and then place it. And that's already it. Then let's see here. Another empty room. We don't need that one either. So I'll move that one 3 times over there so that I can play it into the pack. So we have even a larger hand size. Although I would like movement a little bit more. All right. And so we have that one we don't have yet. We have that moon over there. We have that keyring over here, and the K we also have. So we only need that thing over there. And there it is. All right. So yeah, good. that really wasn't intended. All right. So actually, you know what? Oh, we have hand size even more. So let's put one more there, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to move that 3 times over here. And then I will play this one. Do we have? Yeah, we do have the map tiles for that. And I even have one more with 4. So I'm going to use a second action to play that and a third action to play this one. Let's just play this over here. There we go. And now we played all the runes. So all the rooms with the runes that are depicted here in the center of the keystone tile. So this one we just played over there. The K we have over there. The keyring, at least the way I call it, is over there. And the moon is over there. So this was a very smooth play. A very smooth game because I was lucky to get all these runes here and we didn't lose 1 life, as you can see here. If I would have lost 1 life, I would have had to turn them over, but I didn't have to because we actually finished the game. So as the win condition, it says if you have played all 4 matching runes from the draw deck, these runes need to match the center runes on the keystone tables. If this is accomplished, you have unlocked the door to the treasure room and conveniently the exit. You are now wealthy and free. Now all you have to do is figure out how to get all this glorious treasure home. Good luck with that. We would have lost if either this deck would have been empty or if we would have lost all these 3 points because of traps. But we didn't lose any lives and we actually finished the game, so that is great. And that was my playthrough of Rooms of Runes. Alright, just a little thing I need to insert before this video is finished. As I was cleaning up the game after my recording, I realized that I didn't even give my first impressions of the game. Not a review, as you know, that I don't give those for the contest, but at least a little impression. So I do like the simplicity of the game. This is a very cool puzzly game and I like puzzles in games. I really do. And this puzzle is pretty cool. What you saw, okay, I was a little bit lucky. I need to admit that, but you saw that it was pretty simple. I never really had to make a difficult choice or maybe lose a life in order to get ahead. So that was never the case. I was a little bit lucky with the runes here, but then I was really unlucky with drawing the cards here because there weren't a whole lot left. And a lot of the runes I needed weren't drawn. So maybe the difficulty could be ramped up a little bit. So one thing that could be done, for example, is to really puzzle the rooms together with the exits. That's something you saw that I didn't do that. And according to the rules, in case I understood them correctly, you don't need to do that. But it would be an idea to puzzle together these rooms, because then you might actually have issues with with the orientation of specific rooms or whatever. So that's one thing, for example, how you could amp up the difficulty a little bit. At the top of my head, I don't know any other ways, but there probably are ways you could work on that. So that's one thing that would make the game definitely better. The other problem I see is that this is very random here. Of course, I like the random nature of that, but then again, let's say you are very unlucky and the runes you need are at the very, very bottom, and you lose the game whenever you can't draw any more cards here. But let's say you don't have enough movement, for example, to move these cards to the very right and place them someplace, then you would lose in the last turn without having the chance to win, even just because you're unlucky. So maybe you shouldn't lose when the draw deck is empty, but maybe you should always lose a life whenever you can't draw from the deck. So then you would have at least have 3 turns to try to win the game, and then maybe you could have like not only you win or lose, but if you win better if you have more lives or whatever. So you could have like the win-lose condition, and then maybe an even better win, however well you do. So just as a little input, in case the game is still being worked on, these are 2 things that I would maybe change, or I would think about changing regarding the game. But otherwise, it's a very cute little game. And what I really like is that if you put all of this together in one pile, then Then you have just a small stack of tiles, which is all you need to play the game. Yes, you do have these 3 life counters, but you could substitute that even if you wanted to take this with you. So it's great that you just have this little tile here. And what I did, I double coated them and printed them also. They're nice and sturdy for playing through here. So this took quite a time to assemble and to glue everything. But if you imagine printing these on like regular cardstock, like thin but durable cardstock, this stack could even be thinner, maybe. And you would really have like a very small little game to take with you, which is a really great thing. It's very portable. And I do like the idea of having your pack here that increases your player agency or your skills pretty much. It's like you increase your skills. Or you just increase your actions. You can move farther, you can draw more cards and everything. So that is a very, very cool concept. So I think this game has a lot of potential. There are still a few things that would need to be ironed out in my opinion, but otherwise very great potential. All right. So this was just my little input. And now the video will continue with what I recorded before this bit here. I hope you enjoyed my playthrough. I will leave a link to the videos of the other content creators covering games from the contest in the description, and also a link to the page, to the BoardGameGeek page of this game. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, why don't you let me know in the comments? I'm always happy to speak with you. And otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. All right, take care everyone, and cheers.